If they're going to attack the wall, I'll help them attack the wall. Sometimes you gotta do what you. Razors with mace. So that's a little bit more than normal. I had a lot of coffee today too, so that's kind of playing a part in this. I have not had the energy. Messed the queen up. I'd be game for that. You know, as we go in there, we gotta go, yes, queen, yes. That's gonna get clipped. I'm gonna beat you to it. I'm just gonna do it myself. I am going to embarrass myself with that clip. On in here. This game has really got to change that. I was in the air. Like, it's really got to change that. If they're going to attack the wall, I'll help them attack the wall. Sometimes you gotta do what you can do it myself. I am going to embarrass myself with that clip. It was open to. Hi, chicken. I'd catch you if I could, but I don't have the stuff. It's like they own the place. Just I'm Brad. I was just making sure everything was working. I had everything going. I got the wrong screen up. My bad. My bad. Welcome in, YouTube. Alrighty then. So it's first stream in a while, guys. YouTube, Twitch, all you guys. I was telling Twitch here not too long ago what's been going on, why I haven't been around YouTube. So if anybody wants to, not miss the first 30 minutes or to an hour of, the stream, please come follow me on Twitch. Because I go live on Twitch first, and then I pick up YouTube, and we go do our thing. We do what the plan is and all that fun stuff. Might even start gaming on YouTube if we start having enough people show up. Just saying. But today is our first ever Moto Saturday. Now, some of you guys might be going, well, why Moto Saturday and not Moto Monday? That makes more sense. You're right, it does. 100%. It rhymes better, it flows better, it sounds better. When do motorcycle rides happen? When do most car shows happen? Saturdays. So, even though Moto Monday sounds great, let's talk about our rides when we come home. Sometimes you go on that solo ride like I did today. We're going to talk about it a little bit. You just want to talk about your ride, like what happened, but that close call from that caterer that wasn't paying attention. You're like, you guys want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I am not by any means an experienced rider. Myself, I have only been riding for 2 months. I've had my license for about 3. I am not experienced. I am a beginner. I am still learning. Here's the difference that I'm kind of finding with myself and other beginners, though. I did 6 months of research before I even got my license. The gear you guys see sitting behind me here, we're going to go over it a little bit tonight, but we're going to go in depth next week. So make sure you're here next week about gear, because it's very, very important. We'll do a little bit tonight for the other beginners that might be getting ready to take their MSF course or and stuff like that. We're going to talk a little bit about how to start with zero experience, because I came from zero experience. And the longest ride I've done so far in the 2 months I've been riding is 148 miles. Zero experience. Zero. People that are coming off dirt bikes and stuff, you might be going 148. Yeah, that's not that bad. Zero experience. I'm going through mountains and twisties and turnies, and I did my first pass and all that stuff. Maybe I took my time. Maybe it's longer than most people. Maybe it's shorter. I don't know. From the guys I've been riding with, or some of them have been riding longer than I've been alive. To tell you that age group I've been riding with lately, all of them have been saying I've been faster than most. Still working on a lot of things, but I want all of you that are watching this video, whether it's live, which if you are not watching this live, you're watching it on the recording or just posted. Mind you, I'm not editing any of this out. What you see is what you're getting. It is what it is. I want you guys to be as prepared as possible. I'm going to try to knock down the 6 months of stuff. Everything that I went through. I'm having a brain fart. I went riding this morning. I'm tired. I'm a little exhausted, but it's fine. I really wanted to get on to this tonight. I want to try to help everybody I can. Experienced riders that are watching this, please, 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 please. 1, don't be trolls. 2, go in the comments, whether live or not live, and help your fellow beginner riders. You might have something that will help me out. You might not. You might have something that will help somebody that's just starting to get into motorcycles and is looking on how to start, which is what we're going to talk about a lot tonight, is how are we starting? How are we getting through this legally? Anybody can just go pick up a bike and go ride it. But what happens when you get pulled over? What happens when you get in a wreck? What happens when you drop the bike? What happens? You need to know this stuff. You need to know the legal aspects of what's going on. And even though I could go forever on that, the MSF course is where you need to start, but we'll get there. I'm going to show you with my stuff all the stuff that you absolutely have to have in the MSF course. It's not much. Sorry, it is really hot. It actually got hotter. It was just 93 degrees a second ago. Now it's 94 and it's 5 o'clock at night. So I won't need as much water as I can to get through tonight. I'm going to be talking a lot because we have a lot to go through. Partly what's in my back here, I got my riding jeans. I got my helmet with the intercom system. We'll talk about that a little bit. I got my gloves, a brake light for my helmet. We are going to go into this thing. It's called a Break Free. I've got the box back there if anybody wants to see the box. This is probably the one piece of gear that we don't need to go into hardcore. But I recommend this for every rider. I don't care if you're a beginner. I don't care if you're beginner intermediate. I don't care if you're intermediate expert to advanced, whatever. I don't care. If you ride with groups all the time, you might be okay. You skip this part of the video if you want. But if you're somebody that's going to be riding alone a lot, when I'm honestly, I ride with my dad, and if my dad can't ride and I can't find any friends to ride, like what happened today, I'm by myself. This is on the back of my helmet. So when people are coming up to me at a stop sign, you can see it flashing right now. I'm shoving it down there because it's bright. When people do not see motorcycles, if you are in a cage, and if you don't know cages, that cage is a car or a truck. You can see this thing behind me. Look at this. Why is it solid? It's being weird. Hold on. There it goes. I don't think it likes my leg. It's okay. Maybe it thinks I've crashed. That might be it. Anyway, it sits on the back of your helmet, and it's got 3 different settings. I'll show you all 3. I'm going to show you which one I use. But these cagers, they do not see us riding. I almost got hit last week. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm not going to go too far into it. And I noticed some people today, they saw me at the last second, but part of riding is being able to read traffic. So I saw them coming. It was no big deal. I just backed off and let them do their thing. Another thing we're going to talk about is the videos you guys are watching. Experienced riders, you just heard me say that, they know exactly what I'm talking about. New riders, you probably have an idea. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. People that are interested in riding, I do not want you guys to get on these videos. Some of them that are, there's some really good ones. We're going to talk about some really good ones that I think you guys should check out. But there's some out there that we need to stop. We need to stop being that way so people respect us on the road, so we can respect them on the road, and so forth and so on. But the one piece of safety gear that I really want to go over is this. So I'm going to put it over here because it is bright. That is on the back of my helmet. You're in a car and you see that sucker coming up, you're going to see it. Then, you know, when I stop, look how bright that is. It's insanely bright, right? Look at that, just boom. If you can't see that, you are blind. So I keep it on that one because I want people to see me, but you don't have to. There's also this one, so it sits black, night sky right there. No blinky thing, so if you don't want to be blinky, it's fine, but you're still bright. Honestly, I think maybe during the day, sometimes where I'm at, this is probably better, but I still like the blinky. And then you have solid. It stays solid. I've seen a couple of other people that have these. This is what they normally use. Most people do not use this one. So if you're buying this for safety, like even though that is a thing, when you brake or slow down, this is annoying to look at. The one issue I have found with it, because I leave it on the blinker, People think I'm blinking while I'm trying to turn. I'm not turning though. This is just blinking so you can see me. So I might have to adjust. But I suggest this for everybody for the purpose of safety so you don't get rear-ended. Is it still possible? Of course it's possible. You can get rear-ended when you're driving your car down the road. How do you miss that? Stupid drivers are going to be stupid drivers. So, but this helps. Because, you know, cars, trucks, we have that higher brake light in the middle for semi-trucks to be able to see it. Same thing. Just, it's on the back of your head. Better be wearing a helmet. So, this is the one piece of gear I kind of wanted to go into tonight. That way, if people are looking at what it was, maybe you've heard of these things, but you didn't know what the name of it is. It's called Brake Free. When I post the YouTube video, I'll see if I can get a link to it so you guys can see it. But again, it's not going to be edited. You guys will be able to tell. There's zero edit, that sucker. Just I have to post it after I go live. I do have one of my boxes sitting right over here. You guys can't see it. I haven't decided if I'm going to show it fully out or not, but it is off of my current bike. Just to give you guys like an idea of stuff that you can do on different kinds of bikes. We'll go over the reason why I got the one I did. Now, if you looked at the thumbnail, that motorcycle that's on there, that's mine. It's a 2019 Kawasaki versus 650. Pretty nice. I'm a bigger guy. I am tall. So the 650 works. And since I do live in the city, I have to do a lot of highway to get to the mountains to where I want to ride. So I need the bigger, more comfortable engine. You're a brand new rider, zero experience. And this is more for those people with zero experience, right? So if you have a little experience like me, just a little bit, I have just a little bit, go ahead and, post whatever helped you decide you wanted to be a rider. That's what I want to see in the comments. Even from the experienced people that have been riding forever, in the comments tonight or tomorrow or the next day or whenever the flip you get to see this video. Let's see some encouraging comments on there, like, why did you decide to start riding? And we'll talk about mine tonight as well. But you are zero experience. You've never been on a bike. Maybe you've ridden one. Maybe you're on the passenger of one. But like, maybe you grew up around them like I did, but you never actually vroom, vroom. And now you want to do the vroom, vroom for yourself. But you have no idea what you're doing. You know what? That's all right. That's current. It's perfectly fine. There are plenty of videos out there you can watch. There's some videos that you shouldn't watch. I'm glad you're here to watch mine. Videos you should not be watching. We're going to talk about that real quick. Because there's a slew of them out there. And even though I am guilty of watching them too, we shouldn't be. Do not watch people that are recklessly doing things. I'm not talking about wheelies. I'm not talking about random speeding videos. You shouldn't do that either. That's super, super dumb, and we'll go over that. But hitting people's cars, kicking their cars, popping mirrors, so dumb. Don't do it. Don't watch videos that do it. You should not ride mad. You are on two wheels. Two. They are on four. We'll take my bike. You might have a bike that's 475 pounds. That's what my bike weighs. going against a 2-ton vehicle. Who's going to win that fight? Not you. If they cut you off, back off. If they tailgating you, either, move over. If you can, when it's safe, move over, let them go. If they don't go and they move over with you, you might have another problem. Move all the way over. Get into the shoulder and stop. Let them go. If they get into the shoulder and stop with you, wait till they get out of the car and take off. As long as it's not a cop. If it's a cop, get the shoulder, stop, take your keys out, hold your hands up. Just make it as easy for them as possible. Do not be one of those guys that runs from the cops. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially if you're not licensed. Oh. Hitting a car, smashing their mirror off, they can actually charge you for that. Vandalism, damage of personal property, hit and run. And you go, oh, but they got to catch me first. I'm on a motorcycle. Cool. So, if you do it with your GoPro on and you post it on Facebook, guess what? The cops are going to come get you. If you do it on the road and somebody else posts you on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or wherever, the cops are going to come get you. Oh, but I don't ride with a license plate. At least where I'm at, it is not they are allowed to chase motorcycles here. And the probability of you being in a huge wreck and possibly just goes astronomically high. I am here to promote safe riding and legal stuff. Do we all speed? Sure, we all speed. We all do it. But there's a point of speeding and there's a point of recklessly speeding. There's a point of not having the proper license plate on your bike or your car for that matter. If you are a new rider, make sure you have the proper stuff. Do not go out there without a license plate. Do not be a squid. If you're going to be a squid, wait till you're a few years down the road. Don't do it when you're new. Like, I'm new. I've said this multiple times. I'm new. You wouldn't catch me. I can't say some of these words I want to say because of YouTube rules. They're not even bad words. You wouldn't catch me at all doing some of the stuff squids do. In the end of it, though, let's be honest, it's your life. Your life. You do what you want to do. But when you're watching this video, just understand that I care about people's lives. I protect people. That's what I do. So this is me just telling you, don't knock mirrors off people's cars, because if they come after you, because they have every right to come after you after you hit a mirror off their car, they will win. Their vehicle is way, way, way bigger and way, way more resilient than your motorcycle. They can call the cops and say, this biker just knocked my mirror off of my car. They're not going to say, oh, what'd you do? Piss him off? They're going to say, okay, what does he look like? What is he riding? Is it worth the fine? Is it worth the jail time? Is it worth losing your license over? No? Then don't do it. Clear as that. Stop hitting people's mirrors. Stop it. My mirrors have never been hit. So that's not where this is coming from. Where this is coming from is people that, when you're going down the highway, people see you and they try to hit you because you're a biker. They don't like bikers because of how bikers act. Don't be one of those bikers. We need to fix this thing that's happened over the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years. So as a new rider, do not, even as an experienced rider, stop it. I don't see it happen much where I'm at, but there's videos everywhere, people doing it. Just, it's a car. They're going to win. Also, accidents in general. There is a way of thinking and the actual percentage. The way of thinking is every accident that you get into on a motorcycle is your fault. Thinking this way, you won't get in any accidents. Now, percentages, it's like 90%, I think, maybe 95%. That is still really, really, really high. Most accidents on motorcycles are caused by the motorcycle speeding and going mock butthole down the highway. It's just the truth. Or even going stupid fast down a city street. I had a guy today go by me at like 100 miles an hour at a 45. Stupid. I was on my bike too. Stupid. Like, I was looking, I didn't see him, and I'm on my bike too. And all of a sudden, doo! You have to ride like you're invisible. You cannot ride any other way. You have to ride like you're invisible. And going 120 miles an hour down the damn road is not riding like you're invisible. You're riding like people can see you. They can't see you. They don't want to see you. Going the speed limit, you have a better chance of being seen. 100% better chance. You're not going to be seen 100% of the time. Trust me. It's how I almost got hit last week. That's it. We're going to talk about that. And I wasn't even going that fast. But if you're going 100 miles an hour down the highway, everybody else is doing between, say, 55 and 65 in most areas. They look over. Nobody's there. Look in the mirror. Drive. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Nobody's there. Turn. Boom. There you are. They didn't see you because you're going so fast. They didn't see you because you're on two wheels. They didn't see you because you're illegally lane splitting. Who knows? There's only one place where it's legal to lane split, and that's California. You can, I'm forgetting the name of it for some reason. Filter. You can filter. Filtering is at a stoplight when everybody is stopped. Or even in traffic when everybody is stopped. But as soon as one person moves, you have to move into traffic. You cannot lane split. It is illegal. It is completely illegal. Stop doing it. It is not legal in Colorado. There's a video out there that I keep seeing pop up on my feed saying it's legal in Colorado. It is not legal in Colorado. Ride your ride, but it's not legal in Colorado. You heard it from me. Take that as you will. If you are going the speed limit, 5, 10 over, pushing it at 10, but let's be honest, you are more likely to be seen. Not 100%, Also depend on your gear. That helps too. Bright colors, brake light, it helps. If you're gonna drive or ride that fast, go to the track. Go somewhere where you can actually do that and it's safe. And if you fall over on the track, it's gonna hurt. We all know it's gonna hurt. But you're not getting run over by a car after you fall. You're not getting hit by a car because they didn't see you when they went to go move lanes. Things for new riders to keep in mind. Owning a bike is expensive. I heard it multiple times from my dad, and I just figured because he rode a BMW, that's why it was so expensive for him. Yeah, well, yes and no. I'm on a Kawasaki. I love my Kawasaki. I can do all the work I need to do. I'm almost at my first 1,000 miles. I'm pretty happy about it. But I've already done the oil on it, brake fluid, coolant. I bought it used. I put new fluids in it. But I can do all that work myself. I've already done chain tightening, chain cleaning once. I need to do it again. I can do it all myself. BMW, you got to take it in. And some people that can work on them, you already know you guys need special stuff to work on those bikes. It's kind of funny. Great bikes. If you've got the money, go get one. But they're expensive. I did everything within a budget. And I did this for two reasons. One, I wanted to see if I could do it for you guys, and we're going to talk about it. And then also because I want to go broke while I'm picking up a new hobby. And I say this, and you guys can see that showy helmet sitting back there. And some of you might actually know what that helmet is and what it's worth. I did break budget going for getting that helmet. I think if you're going to break budget on anything, break it on the helmet. That's your nugget protector. This, my friends, is a Shoei GT Air 3. Do you need to buy a Shoei as your first helmet? Not at all. This is one of the best helmets made. You've got Ari, so I think that's how you say it, and Schubert. Ari, and these cost about the same. Schubert is way up there. Climb is also good. They used to make really good ones, and now they're kind of far in between. If you can find one and you can afford it, get it. If you can find one and you can't afford it, I suggest still putting it on and seeing what it feels like because they're good. But my dad uses that. I obviously have one of these. I absolutely love this helmet. My big thing is I know some people don't like these, but I don't need to bring sunglasses with me. They're right there. These hot freaking days that we have, I can flip this thing up, air go up in there, and this can stay down. I don't need to have this visor down with this. So I get more air on my face. And this shield is approved for not having that shield down. I absolutely love this thing. This is a fiberglass helmet, so it's nice and light. The only one that's higher than this one is the carbon fiber, and I didn't want to spend carbon fiber on my first helmet. But it's bright, it's matte blue, it sticks out like crazy. I didn't think it was going to stick out like it does. It's insane. Again, we're not going super deep into all the gear, just the helmet and one other piece. And I'll explain why. Don't worry, we're getting there. Hold your horses. But make sure you try on different helmets because everybody's got a different oval on their head. I have an egg head. I have an intermediate oval. It's an egg head. You will probably buy the wrong size helmet on your first helmet. I'm finding out this one. We got a weird looking crease in it. Or is that just a... Oh, it's just a reflection, I think. Yeah. This one might actually be too big for me. We're finding that out. I don't actually know if it is, honestly. Because on the roads, like normal roads, it's fine, it doesn't move. When I'm doing 55 to 65, it starts to move a little bit, not too bad. When I get up into like the 80s, it does tend to buffer. But we also found out that my bike tends to make helmets do that, which is strange. But as of today, I started riding with the do-rag, which we're going to talk about the do-rag. But the do-rag has actually helped this thing fit better. So I'm kind of happy about that. Because I was on the highway today and it's like it wasn't flopping around. This mount right here, that is for the brake. So that's how that mounts on, by the way. But this is by far one of the better ones out there. If you do not want the sunglass thing, that's fine. You don't need it. You can just get sunglasses and wear them. There's a lot of tunnels here. Once when I start doing my further rides and my touring rides, I'm not going to want to deal with it. You can also just get a dark visor if you're not going to ride at night. Like, it's not a huge thing. There is also a piece of safety protection that the front of this helmet does not have because I decided to get this. Get what you want. Make sure it's safe. Make sure it has the DOT approved at minimum. Having the MIPS certification is going to help as well. And then there's another one, the ECW rating. This one does not have MIPS, but it does have ECW. At least I don't think it has MIPS. Again, I'm still a new rider too. I can remove everything out of this. But if you want something with MIPS, I would suggest looking at Sedici. They have great helmets. They're the Revzilla and Cycle Gear kind of brand. My jacket, again, we're not going to go super into this. This is a Sedici jacket. And we'll go into this stuff more next week. And you'll understand why I went with this jacket next week for sure. And it's amazing. If my head fit in this Strata 3 Sedici helmet, that was actually the helmet I was going to get. My head's just weird though, it doesn't fit. So I ended up going with this thing. I'm not going to say how much it is, because I did blow my budget pretty bad on this thing. But it is a Shoei GT Air 3 if you want to look it up. Everything else I have behind me is within budget, except for this. And partly the reason why I went with this too is my MSF course is through Faye Myers. So I had got 20% off of that thing. You want to make sure you get comms too, whether it's so you can talk to people or listen to music. If you're listening to music, don't have it up super high when you're starting. You want to focus a lot. I still don't listen to mine super high. I focus quite a bit. But it's expensive. Let's get back on track here. I'm not going to go into individual pieces here. Here, I'll do a quick add up, like a rounding up add up on these suckers. Okay, so the helmet was about that. Was about yeah, something like that. Jacket, gloves, pants. Yeah. Oh, and that. So yeah. $2,000 about. That's what all of this behind me costs. About. That's just the gear. Mind you, I still need better boots. I use my work boots. So that is not in with that price. That is so I can have good gear though, because this gear is going to last me a minimum of 5 years. Most of the time on helmets, you want to switch them out after 5 years, but if you take care of them, I think you're good. Be careful with that. But my jacket and my gloves and stuff, my pants, they're going to last me a long time. A long time. I may not have to replace them. In theory, who knows? Who knows? Siri just turned on for some reason. Hey, what are you doing? Siri just keeps turning on for some reason. It did it again.
I didn't get that. Did you try again?
Oh, that's off. Our phone has been acting weird. Put that over there. Because I'm supposed to say, hey Siri. See, that time, that's not just Siri. See, acting weird. I don't know. But $2,000 for all that. About. I would say on minimum, you're going to want to spend at least $1,500 on good gear. You don't need that helmet. You can get a different one. If you want top of the line, though, there you go. The cheapest thing out of everything that's sitting over here is this. I don't know the do-rag I got. Technically, that's free because I got that as a gift. These gloves are $20. It is possible to get good stuff for cheaper. These are not the best gloves by any means. They have leather right here and it's plastic on the knuckles. But I know if I were to go down with them, my hand would be fine. They're just got about one good wreck in them, and that they're gonna be good. They're gonna be done so. But this is better than riding with nothing, honestly. And I've had these for a while. These are going to be like the biggest part of this video, are these gloves. And then you got the bike expense. If you buy new, which I don't suggest doing, you're going to have a brand new bike for whatever it costs. So you get a normal, say you get like a Ninja 500 or something. I think I'd have to look it up, but I think you can walk out the door with one of those for like $8,000 after everything's said and done, fees and all that stuff. Walk out the door with that, and then you got insurance. Your insurance is going to depend on your age and your driving record. Go figure. and if you've taken the MSF or not. There are actually insurances nowadays that are not insuring riders unless they've taken the MSF course because of how bad the accidents have been. But if you do get a insurance that takes you without a license, which I'm not promoting this at all, your insurance rates are going to be through the roof. Through the roof. Now, if you're an older guy, kind of like me, good driving record, have the MSF, your insurance is going to be very manageable. Very manageable. Very. I think mine is $27 a month. $27 a month. To give you an idea. But I'm also 38 years old and I've got a really good driving record. I've paid attention to it. There are people out there that are paying $3,000 a year. Most of the guys that are paying that are in their 20s. Under 25. Keep that in mind. If you're 21 years old, keep that in mind. So now you know how expensive it is. If you buy private, great. That's what I did, by the way. You buy what they're asking for it, or you haggle. I would suggest trying to haggle if you can. And then you just got to, go buy the insurance and title and all that stuff. The title fees and stuff, they're really not that bad. You just got to pay them for what your state is, what year it is, and all that stuff. You get your title fees. You walk out. You get insured. By the way, your new Ninja 500 you just bought for $8,000. I got a 2019 650 sitting outside for less money than that brand new bike you just bought. For private dealer and insurance. Now, I will always say go to your dealer. I want to promote dealers because I do want to become possibly a sales guy for one of them. So I'm not saying technically go to a private dealer, but if you can't find a good deal, I can't say don't go to one because that's what I did. I couldn't find a bike I wanted anywhere. And then voila. So keep your options open. If you're going to buy used from a private dealer, though, bring somebody that knows motorcycles so they can check the chain and tires and see if it's got leaks or anything like that, because you do not want to buy a lemon. I came close to buying a lemon. You do not want to buy a lemon. You want to buy something that you can go right. You don't want to buy something that you got to go fix. That's where buying new is nice, but I've, in 2 months, almost put 1,000 miles on that bike. Which means I would have already had to do my break-in period check-in if it was new. That's at about 500 miles on a bike. Buying new is fun, but it's expensive. I say that when my next bike I'm probably gonna buy brand new. So if you're a new rider, expect that. Now, this next part is very important. Experienced riders, again, you guys can add whatever you want. You not make it respectful, because if it's not respectful, I will delete it, and I will probably ban you from the channel. And we don't need that crap here. Cool. If you don't have any experience riding, you actually don't know if you're going to like it. I have seen both aspects of people that have zero experience riding and go, I'm going to love it. They're having problems trying to sell their bike right now because they wrecked it and they don't want to fix it. Where you got people like me that grew up around bikes, but still zero experience actually with the vroom, and absolutely love it. And you will not know until you try. So let me explain, or let me, try to get something in your head. You've never ridden. You want to learn. You have friends that are fantastic, great riders. Well, at least you think they are, which is, I think mine are too. They say they're going to teach you. So you go and buy, let's just say a $5,000 bike. Let's just go with that. You spend $5,000 on a bike, $1,500 on gear. You're ready to go. You got a permit, not a license, but a permit. You get out there with your friends and they don't take you to a parking lot where you should go on your very first ride. They take you straight out to the street. You're doing 45 miles an hour on your first day. You're going to feel like you're in a freaking rocket ship is what you're going to feel like. They leave you because you're a new rider and you can't keep up. You're no longer having fun. You're lost. And you don't have the confidence to do the twisties to get back. You're on the highway. They're doing mock butthole down the highway. You get scared. And you don't know how to combat the scare. You get into a bad situation. You don't know how to swerve. You don't know how to e-brake. You don't know how to brake progressively. You don't know any of that stuff. So you slam on the brakes and hope to God you have ABS. If you don't, you're going over the handlebars. You bought that bike. You bought that gear. You're out all that money. The next day, you're either waking up in the hospital or you're trying to sell the bike because you did not have fun. Or you spend $425 on an MSF course, the 2-day MSF course, where you do a 8-hour class online, learn all the basics, learn how to kind of judge the different corners and blind corners and look at an intersection and where's the danger in the intersection. Is it this car here? Is it this car there? Is it the car next to you? Where are you sitting? Are you in the blind spot? Like, what are you doing? But you're doing that while you're sitting in your comfy little, well, maybe gaming chair like this one or couch on the laptop, moving the 360 camera around, where if you mess up, you're not laying on your back on the street. No, you're just like, oh, oops, I didn't see that on a screen. But you still learn from it. You take your tests, you pass, you're good to go. Now you're in your class. Now you're in your 2-day class and you get to ride your bike. It's not your bike, but you get to ride a bike for 2 days. I had a blast, honestly. I loved my class. I actually want to do it again just to do it again. I don't know. But now you're on a bike. You're sitting on a bike. Your hands are like, this is the brake, this is the clutch. And this is the front brake. Now my right foot's my rear brake. My left foot is the gear shifter. Oh, I didn't know that before. Maybe some of you do. I knew it before. Some of you may not, but now you do. One, bam, push down, first gear, bam, pull up, second gear, bam, pull up, third gear, and so forth all the way up to sixth. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't. Now you do. But you're learning this in your class instead of when you're going Mach butthole down the highway. You're learning this in the class instead of blowing your engine on the highway because you don't know how to shift. You're learning how to e-brake in the class instead of being hit by the car on the highway because you don't know how to e-brake. Or you're learning how to swerve in the class instead of hard braking and flying over the handlebars. You're learning how to stand up and avoid debris instead of smashing into it, possibly popping a tire or throwing yourself off the bike. That's extreme, I know. I don't know when that would ever happen, but it's possible. There are so many real world things that I've done just in my 2 months of riding that I have probably done every bit of that class in the 2 months that I've been riding. And if I didn't have that class, there's a good chance I would have been hit by now or been on the ground, or I've been on the ground once, but we're getting there too. But take the class, guys. Pass the riding portion, pass the written portion, and you're legal. You get a tax break, not tax break. Oh my gosh, I'm getting to that point. I'm tired. You get a break on your insurance. If you get pulled over, guess what? You don't have that fine. If you get in a wreck, guess what? You don't have that fine, and you're going to keep your bike. If you're pulled over speeding extremely fast, you might lose your motorcycle license. You're definitely going to get hit with a reckless driving. But your driving license itself, it might still be there. Whereas you don't have the motorcycle license at all. That bike's going away and you're going to jail. Enough said. It's not worth it. Just go get the license. If you are an experienced rider, go take the 1-day course. You don't need the 2-day course. Go take the 1-day course. Be done with it. New riders, take the 2-day. They teach you everything from like your first 30 minutes, you're actually walking the bike to get the feel of sitting on it. And then you start adding feathering of the friction zone and my dad calls it the dance. So slowly releasing here by you. And you can even do that just sitting here. Man, my knuckles are all red for today, but you just sit there and do this at your desk. You actually get the muscle memory, and it'll come natural as soon as you sit on the bike. And then if you really want to get to it, you do this. There you go. And this would be your hand on the clutch and handlebar, brake, handlebar, and throttle. Turn signal. You can literally sit here and practice it. So, take the course. Don't be dumb. Ride with respect. Ride knowing that you're invisible. New riders, I'm going to say something that you guys may not like. You are going to tip over. If you have experience, probably not. Honestly. Not on your first bike. Everybody does fall over at some point. Whether it's just falling over standing still or you're falling over going at speed. I fell over standing still because I bought a tall bike and I didn't know foot placement very well, and I wasn't going anywhere, and I've had a bruise on my shin for 2 months, and I wasn't even moving. But be aware of that. It's much better to be falling over in a parking lot than it is on the street. For my experienced riders, beginner riders, listen up. My experienced riders, I'm saying this just because I've been riding with my experienced riders. You guys still need to practice your slow stuff, guys. Come on. I ride with guys that are damn near experts, and I can do a U-turn better than some of them, only because I practice my slow stuff a lot. It's so hot out here that there's days that I just hit the parking lot right here and I just go in there and do figure eights and bring it back. Practice your freaking U-turns, guys. Practice your slow stuff. Like, get that friction zone where you're barely moving. Like, example, today on my ride, I was coming up on a stoplight. I was in first gear and I was playing with the friction zone and the throttle just enough where I never put my feet on the ground at the stoplight. I look behind me and the guy's just like purely amazed. And now, if I had to put my feet down, I would have. I was going slow enough where I could just put them down and been fine. But I was practicing that because I was out east. Who cares? I'm not in the city. But I might have to do that in traffic. Instead of put my feet down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 1,000 times in traffic, I can just sit there and do this. That's what that practice is for. I don't care if you can do 180 down the highway. I don't care. That does not mean you're a good rider by any means. It means you're stupid and you have balls. That's all that means. Good for you. You know how to speed. I'm so proud of you. Good. And give yourself a early grave doing that. Maybe in the parking lot and see how many U-turns you can do. There's another guy on YouTube. I've watched him a few times. You always know when you're with a good rider, depending on how they do with their slow, controlled techniques. You may be able to go around a corner in the mountains at 100 miles an hour. Good for you. Bikes are made to stand up at speed. They're not made to stand up when you're going slow. How can you control that bike at slow speeds? Practice the slow speeds, gradually get faster. Trust me, you'll thank me in the end for that one. So today's ride, I went solo. It wasn't my furthest one. I think it was about a tie for my furthest. Highway to breakfast. No issues. That's when I found out my do-rag, which we talk about this thing and why this thing is so important. Came in handy. Helmet wasn't bouncing around like normal. Wide open. Had crotch rocket probably passed me. He was probably doing about, he was definitely doing over 100 miles an hour. And I didn't see him. I wasn't trying to move over anyways, but I don't miss much. And being on a bike, you have to pay ultra attention to everything. And I didn't see him. So if I didn't see him, the car in front of me didn't see him. I say this because it was close. He came around me really, really fast and went to go past the car in front of me, and the car in front of him didn't see him. They didn't hit, but it was close. Remember what I said about going too fast down the highway? That's why I said it. Went to breakfast, had a nice morning. Went over to my friend's place to show the kids the bike and stuff like that. On the way there, I had bad road conditions. I had to stand up on the bike. I had to know how to feel the bike through the crap road that I was going through. There's only one way to do that, guys. It's to practice. It's to take the MSF course so you know how to stand up on a stupid bike without falling over. Because when you're coming out of those, because you guys have driven on them, you go up, drop, and come back up, and you bounce up. That bounce up, you better be standing up, because you're going to bounce. Oh man, I am burning up. Yeah, you stand up coming out of that, and you just keep going. Boom. Another thing to practice is hills. You're going to see a lot of videos on hold the rear brake as you go. You know what? If you can hold the bike with one leg and do the rear brake thing, go for it. Tall bike, it's kind of hard for me to do that. But I'd also drive a stick. Go into your friction zone and hold it at your friction zone and keep your hand on the front brake. Front brake. Light turns green, let go of the front brake. Slowly let go of that friction zone, and you're actually going to start moving up the hill before you even pull the throttle. It will help. Make sure you practice that, because I did stall it the first few times that I did it. So go make sure you find a hill. It doesn't even have to be a steep hill, just one that you are going to roll backwards if you don't do it fast enough. And just do it a few times until it just comes natural and you're good. Ride home, I went the kind of the long way. Minefield of holes. I've driven that road a lot in the past. I have not been on that road in a while. Man, they gotta fix it. I felt like I was doing the cone drill going down the road. But that's it. You gotta pay attention. The cone drill is in the MSF course. It's in the course. I've seen people fall on that one. I've seen people hit the gas too hard and go almost ended up on freaking Arapahoe Road. Again, it's better to do that in the parking lot. It's better to have that happen in the parking lot instead of on the highway. My near-death experience, just not really near-death, but last week on the big ride, I'll say it, I live in Colorado. I'm not going to say where I live. But we were on 285 heading up towards Conifer. And this guy in a Kia Soul, I think it was a little bitty tiny car, looked at my dad, let my dad pass, but apparently didn't see me, even though I was right behind my dad. I read what was going to happen before it happened. Otherwise, I probably would have been a hood ornament. I knew he was going to come over, and he was going to come over fast. I was hoping, and this is where I messed up, I was hoping to be able to beat the car before he moved over. That didn't happen. So he started moving over. This is me, this is him. I'm like this, I see the blinker, I wanted to do that and let him move over, right? What happened was I was here looking at him and he moved over. Now, new rider tendency is smash the brakes. If you don't flip over the handlebars and if you can control your bike, you might come back and he does that. Or you're going to hit the brakes and he's going to hit you. So what do? Well, you go back to what you learned in the MSF course and you swerve around him. You hit the gas, you move to the left. I did not have to go into the other lane, by the way. I was in the center of the lane. I did not have to go into the left lane. I went over towards the line and just sped up and went around him as he was coming over. I am a beginner rider, guys. I am not experienced. And I had experienced riders after I did that, like telling me, holy crap. Practice and taking the MSF course can literally save your life. Today, I had another close call with anything like that. That was really close. The one today, I was in the left lane the entire time coming home. I never moved. I just stayed in that line. The Jeep could have moved over miles ahead of me. All of a sudden decided to flip the blinker on and start moving over. Now, there's two things I could have done. One of them I did, one of them I didn't do. One of them, when he or she wasn't paying attention and flipped it on and started moving over, saw me last second and moved it back over until I slowed down. I could have gotten pissed off, shook my head, slammed that freaking mirror, and took off. But we already discussed this. Stop it. Don't do that. Instead, I rolled off that throttle, backed off, and waved him over so she could just move over and do her business. Woo. Big deal. And I was already back far enough where she would have moved over. I mean, I would have had to hit the brake, sure, but it wouldn't have been a big deal. Like, when you are driving your normal car, people cut you off all the time. How do you act? Do you go up and purposely try to run into them? No. So why are you doing that on the bike? You're going to give moments where you get shook. I got shook last week pretty bad. I was not going to tell the people I was with that I was shook. Pride thing. But if you're with your friends and you're shook, tell them they'll pull over. Or at least they should. We went and had breakfast afterwards. I think my dad could tell that I was a little because of what happened, but I calmed down and we had a great day. Don't let other people's reactions and actions and their stupidity judge whether or not you're going to have a good day or not. Just go out and have a good day and do it. Do the thing. Enjoy it. Have fun. We're not buying these bikes to have them sit in our garages or wherever it is that you store them. You might have some scary moments. Get on that thing and get back out there. You're going to have scary moments. They're going to happen. And depending on where you live and where you're mainly riding, it could happen more there than here. Go in the morning. It's not as bad. That's my professional opinion. If you want to be a night rider, be a night rider. I personally have not ridden at night yet, so I do not know. I can't speak on that. I just know I'm a little afraid to do it. So, if you want to be a night rider, go have fun. I want to be able to do it just so I can go to some of the bike nights, but I ain't there yet. It's not a race, guys. I'm 38 years old. There's a ride that I want to do, and I'm actually saving my time up at work to be able to do this. And maybe I'll do it when I quit the job. Who knows? But it's a ride I want to do with my dad before he stops riding. I was going to talk about kind of different kinds of bikes to look at as you get excited as a new rider, but it's okay. We'll do that later. We've already been an hour or so talking about this, which I know I got a lot of information to talk about. I got a ton, but I don't want to do it all in one night. I want you guys to keep coming back. I want you guys to experience more. What's up, pals? I want you guys to come back tomorrow too. We got TCG Sunday tomorrow. We're talking about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all that stuff tomorrow. I do own a business called RazorsEdge-GMG, and I'm going to be incorporating the my ceiling. I hope I'm going to be incorporating the motorcycle slowly as we go here. Well, I would hope your ceiling is up too. And maybe the sky. Hopefully the sky is still up. Again, for YouTube, we are recording this live, so when people talk in chat, I talk back. Future, for at least YouTube, TikTok, not TikTok, Twitch, you'll have to go follow my YouTube for this. I'm going to make motorcycle videos, like actual riding videos. No thing. Down a while ago. Oof. Sky is no longer. How is the sky no longer up? Because here it's too high up and it is hot. It's 93 degrees. It's still too hot. I still don't want to go put the cover on my bike yet. The videos probably won't start until next year. But I have a cool little plan on how I want to do the videos, and I hope you guys like them. But they're going to be just writing videos, and I'll put them up on the YouTubers and show you guys around Colorado in kind of a different way than I think a lot of people have seen it. No, it's not. That would be the clouds. The clouds are not necessarily up. Right now, the sky is having trouble rebooting, so it's down. Right now, the sky is having trouble doing anything right now. I'm almost done with the second one of these. Oh. But I know I've been on a couple of different rants tonight, but if you're a new rider, zero experience, things to take away from this video are it's going to be expensive, so make sure you save up for it. Do your research. I'm going to be helping with as much research as I can for you guys, so please come join the Discord. If you have questions, ask. Ask the questions. Ask them. Ask the uncomfortable ones. It's okay. I'll help you out. Start looking at bikes and what you might like. Like me, I knew I wanted a bike that I knew I could do distance on, but also something that looked kind of sporty and could kind of go anywhere. I got a sport touring bike that has the ability to go on adventures because it's so tall. I like it. It looks like a Ninja 650 on a lift. That's what it looks like. And I can carry gear. It's got saddlebags. Do my theory to ride. I'm not going to read that one out loud because I just did a whole rant on why you should ride legally. So, if you guys need help, Too expensive. It is expensive. It is expensive. Like my class was $425, but it was worth it. There is a guy on YouTube. His name is Dan Fireman. He goes over the MSF course, the whole freaking thing, and the test, and the practice test. So, if you want my personal opinion, I watch him quite a bit. You can also watch him visit videos that he goes over different kind of crashes and how to avoid that crash, which is partly why I know how to swerve out of the way of one car last week. He has no idea who I am, but I'm going to promote him anyways, just because he is a great guy. He does his own MSF kind of course thing. I don't care about that. In fact, I like scroll past it when he starts talking about it, honestly. But the rest of his videos, they're great. They're great. I go check him out. Yammy Noob, he doesn't like my bike. He did actually a really bad review on it, but he is more of a sport bike kind of guy. Right when I was 14, 15. Hey, that's... Let me finish my thought. Yammy Noob is more of a sport biker, so if you want to go into sport biking, Yammy Noob is one to watch. I grew up around bikes, Als. I grew up around them. I never actually rode though, but I kind of knew how. Like I rode a pocket rocket, but that doesn't really count. Really what got me to the level of riding I'm at is bicycling, which I'll be part of next week's video as well. But Yammy Noob is good for like sport bike type. He's phenomenal at those. Adventure type. I would watch Dork in the Road. I watched a lot of his stuff because I thought I was going to get an adventure bike, but none of them. I was looking at a Honda. What was that thing? It was a 500, but it's not the NX. It's the previous one, the CBX, Honda CBX 500. I rode it. I liked it a lot. I almost bought it till I found all the stuff that was wrong with it. And I will confidently say, with the riding that I've been doing this last month, I would not like that bike anymore. It would be too slow, and it would not be fitting the type of riding I'm doing. So I'm very happy with the one I have. But that Honda CB is a phenomenal bike. If you're looking at like cruisers like Harley Davidsons and Honda Shadows, which is a fantastic first bike, Honda Shadows, Kawasaki Vulcan, fantastic bikes. You pretty much just put in motorcycles, you'll find somebody that can talk about those. Yammy Noob does talk about a lot of those, but personally, I didn't look up a lot about those because they're not my style. So maybe somebody in the YouTube comments can put somewhere where people can look up things about those bikes that might help them decide if that's the right one for them. As always, you're going to hear this from a lot of people. Don't decide on a bike till you get on it. Go ride it. Go test ride it. If you want my vote on good beginner bikes, so you got Honda Rebel, the Ninja 500, KLE 500, versus 300, depending on where you're at, versus 650, that's what I have. Ninja 650 would be okay. the SV650, the Honda NX500 or CB500, I am not a KTM fan, but if you are, 390R would not be a bad one. There's so many you can go look at. Dual sports are a great way to learn too. You just can't take them on the highway. So keep that in mind. And then naked bikes, MT-03 or the MT-07. That would be my two. Or the Z400, C500. Then you also have the R3. R7 is kind of up in the air. I'll let the sport bike riders deal with that one. There's a Suzuki GSX R1000R at the moment, and now he's looking at a BMW R18. Why is he looking at a BMW R18? Go from a Gixxer. But these are good beginner bikes all around. Really, the Versus 650. It is a good beginner bike, but it's also a good like long extended period of time. I'm going to keep this thing for a while bike. There are plenty of riders on YouTube that ride these things that have been riding them forever, and they actually prefer them over the 1000, which I don't know why. I'd like the power after a while. Trust me, I'm going to have the power after a while. Said, and I quote, "I'm getting old and I want more comfortable bike to ride further than." Yeah, see, I agree with that, Al. That's why I have the bike I have. If I wasn't 38 and I still had a good lower back, I would be on a sports bike right now. Like, I would be on one. Instead, I'm on a sport touring bike that looks like a sports bike, but I can ride 150 miles on it in one day. Pull over, get some gas, take a break, walk around a little bit, and just keep on going. I could probably ride further than that. Where most sports bikes, it's 30 minutes to an hour. Not all. Some of y'all sport bike riders are freaking insane, and you could ride those things forever. You must be young. Good for you. Once you get in your 30s, you're going to regret that. Just saying. But you're young, Als. If I got on a sports bike, I would go 30 minutes and my head would be done. My lower back would scream at me to the point where I may not even be able to get off the bike. Let's see. My thumbnail for this is my bike, but for my Twitchers, you guys aren't gonna see the thumbnail unless you go over there. Where is it? There it is. Oh, that's the picture, but where's the actual thumbnail? Oh, it's because I didn't move it over yet. Oh well. I'll pull it up regardless. So you guys can see it. That is my bike. It looks like a sports bike. Handlebars are, so this is the gas tank. Handlebars are up here. So it's quite a bit higher. handguards, windshield, has the sport bike front end, even has the downforce vents. Upside down forks, 650cc, or well, 649 6cc, 65 horsepower, 475 pounds wet. Nice seat with the backrest. Well, it's not really a full backrest, but it works. This box right now is now actually sitting right here. But when I decide to do riders, they have something to lean against. These boxes are currently on it right now. These tires are not the best tires in the world, but I'm going to use them until they're done, which I would say they probably have maybe another 1,000 miles on them, and they're going to be done, dude. But that's my bike. First bike. This was day one, by the way. This is, I mean, heck, this is my truck behind it. My dad and I literally drove it to a parking lot, parked the truck, and I got on the bike. Mind you, this bike is tall. It's a 33-inch seat height. It is not a short rider's bike at all. One of my friends actually got on it, and she couldn't touch the ground. My mom got on it, and she couldn't touch the ground. You and everybody else in the world else. The BMW S1000RR. Mine. So this bike here, the Versus, is known as the Mini Multistrada. I'm going to show you guys my dream bike. This picture's cool. I'll do this picture. I want this bike so bad. Ducati Multistrada V4S. 175 horsepower. It's got the same engine that the Ducati Superleggera has, which is faster than the BMW S1000RR. The issue with this bike is how expensive it is. So unless I have a very good paying job by the time I'm ready for this bike, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to have it. I have sat on one. I have not ridden one. I'm not afraid to ride it. I'm just too new, and I don't want to oopsied as a new rider on a $35,000 bike. But this is my dream bike. My dad is actually looking at one of these right now too, which is kind of weird, but the maintenance on these are actually cheaper than BMWs by a lot. But this is one of the only bikes, Ducati is one of the only ones that's made to go against BMW. But if you want the fastest bike in the world, that's a Kawasaki H2, Ninja H2. My next bike might be so. To put this in perspective for you, Als, the V4S has the same as the Superleggera V4, which is way faster than that V2 R1000. And you can last a long time on it. There's a chance this could be my next bike. Maybe not the 1200. Maybe not. We'll see. It might only be the 900. But Triumph Tiger. Woof. That bike I have now is probably going to be mine for 2, 3, 4 years, most likely. Great bike to get to know, great bike to like learn all the stuff, meet people. This thing, oh, if I would have started riding sooner, I'd already have one of these. To put that into perspective, I would 100% already have one of these. And most likely I'm going to go blue. If I can find a blue one, or I'll buy a new one blue. They are awesome. Just not good for beginners. And this is a beginner show. But though, while we're talking about bikes, the Pagana V2 R1000 is a good bike. If I'm going to go for fast, I'm going to get something fast. Like if I'm going for a super bike, I'm either getting a Kawasaki Ninja H2 or the Yamaha R1M. Only reason why I wouldn't do the BMW is because of the price. Honestly. I know how much it is to service a BMW, and it is absolutely ridiculous. So that's my issue there. Tigers, I haven't really looked at what it's like to service these things, because I'm not looking to buy another bike yet. I just bought this one. Puppies. Oh, my leg is cramping. I've been drinking water this entire time. How is it cramping? But yeah, if you're a new rider coming in with zero experience, don't go straight for a 1000cc. The 650 is about the highest you should go. If you're coming in and you've done dirt bikes growing up, and you've, like Al's here, you've learned how to ride when you're like 14, 15, 16 years old, road is still different than dirt, so I would still suggest leaning on the side of caution. But a 500cc and up to maybe 800 for some of you guys that have been, riding a little bit more, perfectly fine. 650 is definitely on the high end for me. Now that I'm more used to the bike, I feel like I could probably do more power, especially on some of the highways that we have around here. But I don't feel like it's too much, and I don't feel like it's not enough. I feel like it's got the right amount of power. I can get around just fine. I hit the gas, I hit that throttle, I know it's going to go where I need it to go. It's going to make it around, it's going to pass just fine. It's got enough torque, it'll do it. If you're a short rider, I think when I learned on was 250. That's good. The one I learned on for the MSF course is a 200. So, yeah. On both dirt and road. That's good. From the people I've talked to, this is not from my experience, just because I wasn't blessed to have this. Dirt is the way to learn because it doesn't hurt as bad when you fall on it. I have primarily learned on asphalt. And most of my learning on how to lean was on a bicycle. So I can kind of talk about the zero experience riding because that is me, or was me at this point. I have spent a lot of hours on that bike practicing. And now I'm doing insane roads. My last ride looks like a puppy dog on the tracker. It's kind of funny. Just be aware if you're a brand new rider, you are going to hit a point after the MSF course. You're going to ride a lot and you're actually going to overdo it and feel like quitting. Because you're trying to ride enough. I'm the type of person who was using the higher terrain, dirt hills as ramps. I would have done that too. You're going to want to start learning fast so you can be with your friends and maybe family and stuff, and you're going to overdo it, and you're going to want to break out of the parking lots and neighborhood when you're not ready, and you're going to still start stir crazy, and you're going to want to quit. Don't quit. Don't do it. Don't quit. If you're in Colorado and you need a riding buddy, get on Discord, get a hold of me, and as long as you're not super far away from me, I will come ride with you. I'll do it. I cannot teach you how to ride. Keep that in mind. I can give you some tips and tricks of what I do, but I can't teach you how to ride. Oh. I might even be able to get some people to do a full ride with you if you want to. No, I'm not coming to England. Well, I would actually like to go to England to visit it. Yeah. Do some stuff out there, but no. Oh, do-rag before I forget. This just got added to the inventory today. My mom got it for me. It is so freaking hot out, it's hard to ride. This grabs your sweat and cools you down. At least this one does. I wear it under my helmet, obviously. And when the wind goes into the top vent, or when I have the visor open, it cools me down. This thing is amazing, especially today when I got up to like, I think it was 92 degrees when I was out there riding today. I had this thing on. Oh. A bad influence. I can be a bad influence. I think it probably was today, actually. I got this cramp going on in my leg right now. Is why I'm sitting like this. I'm trying to move it. I'm definitely a bad. I can be. I definitely can be. But for my new riders out there, don't quit. If you feel like quitting, don't do it. Just don't quit. Don't quit. If you gotta set it to the side for a second, set it to the side for a second. But don't quit riding. It's a sense of freedom that you can't get anywhere else. I had a really, really bad week this week. Really bad week. Really bad Friday. Yesterday was terrible. First 10 minutes on the bike, it all went away. There is nothing else I have ever been into in my life. Four-wheeling, off-roading, rock climbing, shooting, all of it. It's never taken away exactly what Al said. Feels liberating. It's never taken away the stress, anxiety, and depression, anything like what this motorcycle has done for me. I'm not one of them sad riders. They're out there. There's a lot of them out there. But it like wipes out your entire week and helps you restart. So I'm going to encourage you, if you've had a scary moment, if you've fallen, if you've felt like you're trapped and can't go anywhere else because you feel like your skills aren't high enough. Been there. Don't quit. Keep pushing yourself to be better every time you get on that bike. Every time. If you messed up last time you went out, work on it. You went into a turn too steep. Well, go do that turn again, or a turn similar to it, and work on how you're going to approach that turn. Are you going to do the apex turn? Are you trying to stay on the outside of it for the group ride, the inside of it for the group ride? It's okay as a beginner, use the whole lane. I do it all the time. But at some point, you and myself need to learn how to stay in that outside or in that inside of the turn, or go in the center. Outside the center or inside that center. Remember, there's 3 lane positions from the MSL. You need to know them. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I know what they are. Look them up. Take your course. Take your course. Take your course. I did actually kind of already tell you what they were. I wonder if I can show you guys without you guys seeing my name. Seriously. Maybe. Yeah, I'm a robot. Let me into this stupid thing. I was about to be really loud. It says show my name. Okay. I am going to show you a ride. This is my ride. Okay. This is last week. My mom is videoing it on the back of my dad's bike. I'm the rider in the back. I swear to God, I was leaning more than this. But it's not just the fact of the ride. I want you guys to look at the scenery that you guys are going to see. You guys, most of you have seen scenery when riding or driving your car. It's completely different on a bike. Completely different on a bike. Come on. Play. So this is me. This is me. But look at that scenery that's around there too. Now I'm trying to stick to the outside of these turns. Didn't do so well on a few of them. One of these is super sharp and you'll see me kind of go a little wide. This one. I didn't cross, but I got really, really close to that line. I fixed it on that second one. There's nothing like it, guys. Nothing. And the views. You just can't beat them. Dad and I took off in this spot. This is kind of a straight right here. So we went, wee. But you can't beat them. The views, the way it feels. No matter what you're doing. No matter what you're doing. If you feel stuck and trapped or whatever, I encourage you. From new rider to new rider, push through that feeling that you want to quit. You can go do a road like that. For those of you that are in Colorado, that's in Conifer. It's the high-rise pass in Conifer. Go do it. I challenge the new riders out there that have bikes and have your license already. Get out of your neighborhood if you're ready. If you're ready. Do not get out of that neighborhood if you're not ready. For those of you that are ready, get out of your neighborhood this week. Go on a ride. Don't have to do a 150-mile ride like what this one was. Go do a little 50-mile like what I did today. Get outside. Get on your bike. Go around town. If you go around town, watch for traffic. Be safe. Make yourself visible. Don't hit people's mirrors. Just have a good time. If you can go somewhere and ride somewhere where there isn't loads of people everywhere, go there. It was empty. That was like 10 o'clock in the afternoon when we did that. Empty. So for my people over on the YouTuber side, we're going to end it in the stream. We've gone almost 2 hours. typically don't go that long on the YouTuber side, but it's okay. So if you watch the entire 2 hours, man, good for you. If I helped you sleep, that's fine too. I watch these kind of videos to help myself sleep sometimes, so that's fine. Tomorrow is TCG Sunday. I'm going to stick around on Twitch a little bit, so if you want to come by on Twitch, then please do. Link is down below on this video, at least it should be. Tomorrow is TCG Sunday, so we're going to be talking about that stuff back there. Some of you have been around long enough where you've seen all the updates and stuff on there. Some of you have been around long enough to see where I kind of stopped showing up for a little while, which is fine too. We'll talk a little bit more about the future of this as well. Where I want to take it, where I'm planning on going with it. What the end goal of it is. And then how I'm going to try to mix these two. We're still going to game. I only mainly game over on Twitch. So if you want to come for the games, that is going to be Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. On occasion, I might do something like TCG something on Sundays. And on occasion on Saturdays, I'll play Forza. I'm probably not going to play today. I'm pretty tired, and I got to get ready for church tomorrow. And I got to put all the stuff away, put my bike away, all the fun stuff. So, it'd be awesome to see you all tomorrow. We do open up packs on TCG Sundays. And the packs we're opening are out of this. This is our random packs. So, and I kind of want to work on this a little bit tonight too before I go to bed and see if I can figure out why the thing isn't working right. If I can get it figured out and I can update everything, I can load everything up and we can start moving forward again. But other than that, everybody over at YouTubers, if thanks for all of you that came in. We're going to try to be doing these every Saturday. Try to be less all over the place, but I'm not following a script by any means. Like I said, these are not edited. I just go for it and voila. That's just kind of how it's going. Hope these videos help. Next week for Moto Saturday, we're going to talk a lot about gear. A lot about gear. Because gear is very, 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 very important. And we'll probably talk more about the MSF course. What you need for the MSF course, which is all you need right here. This, jeans, and long sleeves. That's it. That's all you need. You do not need a helmet. They provide the helmet. So that's why I got these cheapy gloves, was for the course, and then it finds out that they're actually not bad, and I've been using them like crazy. So, but we're going to talk about gear, MSF course a little bit, how to kind of prepare for it, get ready for it. Because gear, in my opinion, if you get the wrong type of gear, it could mean your life. And I want to make sure with how I personally am with protecting people, I give you the best knowledge that I know from all the research I've done with gear. Because you can do budget gear or you can get good gear. That doesn't tell you enough there. I don't know what does. So love to see you all come back next week. We go live on YouTube at 5. If I can get on earlier, I get on earlier on Twitch around 4:30. So if you want to come listen to, music before we start and just talk about the week, that's kind of what we do. I might even open up a pack. What I'm doing at the end of the stream tonight is I'm opening up a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of Pokebands. It's my first week back in 2 months. So I'd love to see you all over here. Link is down below on this video. But YouTube, I'll see you all next week. Have a great one. I will post that later.